So I used to just stand at the edge of scenes, watching, waiting, kind of unsure how to step in. But over time, the more I put myself out there, the more natural it became. I realized that most people actually respond really well if you just approach them like a person. And more than anything, when you approach them with curiosity and respect, you create space for real moments to happen. That's when people stop noticing the camera and just continue living. And this is what this video is about. I usually go out every single week. No plan, no script, just observing life as it unfolds. I do this to capture videos for my personal projects, YouTube videos, but also to discover more about the place I call home and to practice and get better at what I do. So here's exactly how I approach these moments, how I interact with people, how I shoot, how I think, and how I try to balance storytelling with honesty. This is the first mindset shift that really changed everything for me. Whenever you arrive, wherever you are, by the road, to a home, to a temple, wherever the location is, you gotta realize that you're not there to direct the film. You're not the most important person in the room, you're just a guest. Sometimes I talk to people for 5, 10, 15 minutes before even taking my camera out. I'll ask them how the day's going, I'll smile, I'll interact. I'm just being genuine and interested in whatever they're doing. And this is not a strategy, this is just being a human. I feel like this is just the best way to make them feel very genuine and just feel like they're not acting, and this is where the best footage comes from. I always bring my monitor, my microphone, because I want clean images and good audio, but I do end up most of the time just shooting on my camera and on my lens without anything else. And this is because I want to be able to focus on the moment rather than focusing on the gear. See, the problem is like whenever you start using all of your rigs and changing lenses and, making the whole scene overproduced, they do feel like they're part of a production, and you don't want them to feel that way. You want them to be natural, and you want to capture the candid moments because that's what makes good footage. Some of the best moments I've ever captured actually happened after the thing that I actually thought I was filming. So, for example, I was filming the subject cooking or dancing or doing a specific action, and the second they stop doing that, then that's where the magic happens. So keep rolling, because you think you're filming something, but maybe you're just waiting for something else. Maybe the second that you turn your camera off, they'll laugh, or they'll just look off to the horizon, and the whole scene makes so much more sense. So definitely keep rolling a few seconds more and just get used to just hold the camera there still, trying to capture the moment. Now instead, what I got used to do is wait for that moment. Instead of, being like, okay, that's it, the shot is finished, I just keep filming. I'm just sitting there quiet, just observing, and I just don't stop recording. Also on this topic, not really on this topic, but I used to shoot mostly only golden hour, like super early morning and super late afternoon. And I used to think that light is the most important thing. But as I evolve into a filmmaker, as I evolve into a more of a documentary style filmmaker, I'm realizing that story is so much more important than light. And so what I would recommend, if you're into this style of filmmaking, don't just limit yourself to film only in the morning, only in the afternoon. Just stay out the whole day. Explore the whole day, because that's when life happens. It doesn't happen between 6 and 7:30. It happens between 9 to 5 p.m. That's where the good stories are. Not everything needs to be filmed. Sometimes I'm driving past or I see a specific scene that looks just perfect. The light is perfect, the subject is the perfect location, but maybe the moment feels too intimate, like a kid playing with his dad, or an old woman just, sitting by herself. And sometimes when I do see these moments, depending on the situation, I think if it's worth making it mine, or if I should just, observe it, leave it, and just let it be. Because sometimes this is the magic of this moment that just happen every day. And you don't have to change it. You don't have to get winning every single beautiful moment you see. Sometimes it's good to just appreciate good moments rather than, rushing to take your camera out and capture it. And funny enough, the less you capture sometime, the better, because people will kind of understand that you're not just there for content. You're there to actually enjoy the moment and understand the culture and just being present, So I think they value that a lot more and they open up a lot more, and then you will get, again, those very original moments that you're looking for. So sometimes just, put your camera down, interact, get a coffee, all of these things. Just be normal. Now let's be real. We are filmmakers, so if I see a shot that it's 90% there, but not just quite yet, I'll just ask, because we need to be intentional and we have to create those scenes. If we see that the composition is so perfect, but the subject is not doing what we want him to be doing. What we do is visual storytelling, and sometimes that takes a bit of shape, as long as it's coming from a place of respect and not ego. This is something I used to skip when I was starting out. I'd get one great shot and move on. But now I always shoot in sequences. A wide, a medium, a close-up, and at least one detail. It lets me build around the moment in the edit, rather than just cutting to a single clip and hoping it holds up. This makes a massive difference. It gives rhythm to your piece and it feels layered and more intentional. Once I'm in the edit, I always start with the shot that moves me first. Not really the sharpest one or the most cinematic one, just the one that feels real. That becomes the anchor and everything else builds around it. I also always add sound design because I feel like that just adds a different layer of storytelling within the actual shot itself. Capturing local life, especially in a place that's not your own, takes a lot of patience. But the more you show up, the more you learn, you start to recognize when to film, when to back off, and how to connect with people in a way that feels human. Honestly, at the end of the day, just put yourself out there, smile, ask questions, be okay with hearing no, and keep filming. Even when it feels awkward at first, you get better, and the moments will definitely come. If you want to find out more about how I color grade and edit all of my videos, I'm releasing a brand new DaVinci Resolve Cinematic Masterclass. This is going to be available on my website to purchase, but if you click the link down in the description, you will get a bit of a percentage off. So click down there, join the waitlist, and I'll let you know when it's live. Thanks so much for sticking around until here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.